Hello students, welcome to this 7th lecture of the kinetic theory of gases and the radiation. So students, in the last lecture we have discussed about the coefficient of emission or emissivity. Then after that we have discussed about the Kirchhoff's law. Students, the Kirchhoff's law we have learned, we will just discuss once again for your sake of your better understanding. So the Kirchhoff's law states that there will be the ratio in the law. So in which things the ratio will be involving, you should know. Then you will be able to revise the law. You will be able to recall the law very easily. So Kirchhoff's law states that it is the ratio of emissive power, means your emissive power means your R, to the coefficient of absorption of a body, means R by A, that is coefficient of absorption, is equal to the emissive power of the perfect black body, means R by A is equal to RB. That will be your emissive power of the black body at the same temperature of all wavelengths. So these things you have to just remind while you are going to state the Kirchhoff's law. Means in short, you can just remind in your, you can just keep in your mind that R upon A is equal to RB. So R upon A means it will be the ratio, and means R will be the emissive power of the body upon the coefficient of absorption, that is A, will be equal to the that emissive power of the perfect black body at this given temperature for all wavelengths. So this is how you can keep in mind the Kirchhoff's law. This is the first statement, and if you remind that mathematically, that is R upon A is equal to RB, then you will be able to just create the sentence. Means it's true that you have to write this, you have to state the law as it is given in the book. So students, you have to just keep in mind with the help of that mathematical relation of the Kirchhoff's law. So the second statement that we have learned about the Kirchhoff's law is, for a body emitting and absorbing thermal radiation in thermal equilibrium, the emissive power or the emissivity is equal to the its absorptivity, means in simply the A is equal to E. So how does the A is equal to E will be possible, we have learned in the previous video. So if you have any doubts or have any queries, so you can visit the previous video, so you will get it very easily. So now we will just proceeding the next part of this chapter. Now students, the next part of this chapter we will discuss is the spectral distribution of a black radiation. Now in this part, the radiant energy emitted per unit area per unit time by the black body depends on its temperature. Means what, students? Means temperature will be going to be matter on the radiant energy emitted by the particular body per unit area per unit time will be dependent with the temperature. Now the hot objects radiate electromagnetic radiation in a large range of frequency. What they have said, the hot objects radiate electromagnetic radiation in the large of frequency, in the large range of frequency, means as the object will be hot, so its frequency will be very large, means with a very large range. Means that crust strand track, if we see graphically, means the crust strand track will be varying. So there will be the very high altitude and the less altitude. Let it be with the positive x-axis or let it be with the negative x-axis. So it's a large range of frequency will be there when the hot objects will be radiating the electromagnetic radiations. Now the rate of emission per unit area or per unit area of a surface is defined as fusion of wavelength lambda of the emitted radiation. At low temperature, the power radiated is small and primarily lies in the long wavelength region. As the temperature is increased, the rate of emission increases. Means students, this is the factor which will affect on the emission, that as the temperature of that particular body you will goes on increasing, so its emission will be increasing at the fast rate. At each temperature, the radiant energy contains a mixture of different wavelength. Means students, means energy, that the radiant energy is nothing but the mixture of different wavelengths. Means suppose the first wave that has been radiated by the body will be of a smaller wavelength with respect to that temperature or atmosphere, and the next will be with the larger wavelength. So it will be also dependent on the at that time the temperature of that body and the medium in which it will traveling, and the surface from which it is emitting the radiant energy. So these are the few factors that we have to take into considerations, and from this we can conclude that the radiant energy contains a mixture of different wavelengths. Now, at higher temperature, the total energy radiated per unit time increases, and the proportion of energy emitted at higher frequency or shorter wavelength also increases. Means we can say the total energy radiated per unit time. Means suppose in a specific time interval, the total energy which has been radiated by the particular body or the object will goes on increase in proportion of that energy emitted with a higher frequency. It will be in proportion of that frequency, or the shorter wavelength also increases. So these are the few facts that we have to take into consideration. So this was the theoretical part. Now students, there are the few scientists who has given their anticipation in the spectral distribution of the black body radiation. We will see it now. So the Luhmer and the Pringsheim, Luhmer and the scientist name is Pringsheim, studied the energy distribution of the black body radiation as a function of wavelength. Means they have studied that with the help of graph, that how does it varies and how it is the function of the wavelength. We are going to see that, and they have just, this is what they have given the conclusion, that they have studied about the function, that the black body radiation as the function of wavelength. Now they kept the source of radiation at different temperatures and measured the radiant power corresponds to the different wavelength. The measurement were represented graphically. The form of curve showing variation of radiant power per unit area as the function of wavelength, that is lambda, at a different constant temperature. We will see that graph now. Means what they have done, students, the measurement they have just represented. Means the Luhmer and the Pringsheim studied the energy distribution of the black body radiation as a function of wavelength. They kept the source of radiation at a different temperature. Means the source of radiation means from which the radiant energy will be emitted. They have kept that for the different temperatures, and they measured this radiant power corresponding to the different wavelength. Means as there will be the different temperature, so the wavelengths will be also obviously varying. So they have studied this graph and with respect to that wavelength, and the measurement that they have obtained, they have just represented it with the graphically in form of curves of showing variations radiant power per unit area as a function of wavelength, that is which we are just denoting that wavelength with the help of symbol lambda at a different constant temperature. Now what is that graph and what were the measurement that they have obtained and how those graphs were varying, we will see now. So students, this is the graph of radiant power of black body per unit range wavelength as the function of wavelength. Now this is the spectral representation, distribution of power radiated by that indicates the power radiated by the different wavelengths experiment observations. Now from this observation you can see on the y-axis they have indicated the radiant power, and while on the x-axis they have just indicated the wavelength in nanometer. In nm means the wavelength is in nanometer. So this is the graph we have to study now. So they have performed the experiment these are the experimental observations that the scientists have found, that the Neumer and the Pringsheim. Now, the spectral distribution depended only on the absolute temperature T of the black body and was independent of the material. So it was not dependent on the material, but it was it was dependent only with the absolute temperature T. So from experiment, the curves, it is observed that the curves, you can see that at a given temperature the energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum of a black body. I mean, this is the first fact they have found, that at a given temperature the energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum of a black body, that is as the function of wavelength. Means the energy is not distributed in the spectrum, means it is not, there is not uniformly distribution, as you can see in the graph. So the first graph will be lying the height, you can see, and the second graph or the last one graph is lying at the almost parallel to x-axis. So this is the variation you can see, and from which you can say that the energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum. After that, the second conclusion they have found is, at a given temperature the radiant power emitted initially increases with the increases wavelength, reaches its maximum and then decreases. The wavelength corresponding to lambda max is the characteristic of the temperature of the radiating body, that is maximum wavelength is emitted by the object. So this is the second fact they have found. After that, the third fact they have obtained is, third fact, the observation they have found is, area under the curve represents the total energy emitted per unit time per unit area by the black body at all wavelengths. After that, fourth observation they have found is, the peak of the curve shifts toward the left, means as you can see it has been shifting toward the left. If you see the peak of every curve, shorter wavelength, that is the value of lambda max decreases with increasing in temperature. And the fifth one observation they have found, at the higher temperature the radiant power or the total energy emitted per unit time is unit area, that is you can see corresponding to the wavelengths increases. And the sixth one observation they have found is, at a temperature of 300 Kelvin, means around the room temperature, the most intense of this waves has wavelength of 5 into 10 to the power of -6 meter. The radiant power is smaller for wavelength different from the value. So the practically all the radiant energy at this temperature is carried by the waves longer than those corresponding to the red light. There are infrared radiation. So these are the three important observations we have learned from this diagram, from this radiant power of the black body per unit range wavelength as function of wavelength. So we will list it again one by one. So as you can see, the observations we will see now. The first one, at a given temperature the energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum, we have already discussed. And the second one is, at the given temperature of the radiant power emitted initially increases with increases of a wavelength, and then maximum wavelength will be emitted by the object. And the third one observation, area under the curve represents the total energy emitted per unit time per unit area by the black body at the wavelength. And the fourth one is, the peak of curve shifts towards the left, shorter wavelengths. The value lambda max decreases with increasing in temperature, as we have discussed. So the fifth one is, at a higher temperature the radiant power or total energy emitted per unit time per unit area. So these are the 5 observations that we have obtained from this graphical representation. Now the last one, after that, the last one is, at a temperature of 300 Kelvin, means for the room temperature, the most intense of this wave has been wavelength of 5 into 10 to the power of -6 meter. The radiant power is smaller for the wavelength different from the values. So these are the part we have studied from the graphical representation, that in terms of wavelength. So this is the part we have learned in this video. So the next part of this topic we will see in the next video. Thank you so much.